people, July 4th is a day of celebration with family, friends, food, fireworks, and lots of alcohol. But for someone in early recovery, it's seen more as a scary challenge and wondering, how am I going to navigate through this day and still stay sober? So today I'm going to share with you 10 tips on how to stay sober today and celebrate your freedom from addiction. What is up? How you doing? Welcome to Ravens Passage. My name is Linda, and I help walk people through addiction and living life in sobriety by sharing my journey in recovery. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have been in recovery since 2015, and I'm creating a community with like-minded people where we can talk freely, openly, and honestly about both addiction and recovery. And so if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please show that like button some love, hang out, and let's get into number one. Number one, go to a meeting. When I turned a year sober, the next day I was scheduled to attend an event that had a lot of alcohol at it. And the last time I attended this event, I was rip shit roaring drunk and actually fell down the stairs in front of tons of people. And so I was a little nervous, right? So I went to my meeting that I go to every morning, got myself full of some medicine, and carried on my day with my husband and went to this event and stayed sober. And I don't remember having cravings. It's possible that I hadn't thought about it, but I remember being more annoyed by the people around me that were just, me, basically, when I was drinking. And the smell was just atrocious, and but the really good, awesome thing was that I was able to be present with my husband and pay attention to everything going on and be there with him. And I was then able to remember the next day how much I loved staying sober through that entire event, and I remembered everything that my husband and I did. Number two, do your research. If you get invited to a gathering, it's okay for you to ask if there's going to be alcohol there. And if there is, it's also okay for you to say no thank you and make alternate plans. Now, if you do want to attend that gathering, I'm going to share with you in the following tips exactly how you can do that safely and protect your recovery. Number three, bring a sober friend. I really wanted to say bring a sober buddy, but then I started having a song in my head, my buddy, my buddy. So we're not going to do that. Anyway, so bring a sober friend. If you know someone that's got some recovery time under their belt, by all means, feel free to ask them to go with you. For a lot of us who have recovery under our belt, when we know that there's someone in early sobriety that are wanting to attend a gathering where there's alcohol, we would love to be able to help you do that. And so I've had people ask me to go with them before to a gathering where there's alcohol. It helps with the support, it helps with the accountability, and it just feels good to have someone else there with you that cares about your recovery, that is going to be looking out for uno numero you. Number four, phone a friend. If you are going to attend an event or a gathering without someone else who is sober, then please make sure that you have a list of numbers in your phone of other people in recovery that you can call if you are feeling triggered or nervous or whatever. And that person will be on the phone with you and will help talk you through to the next steps on what you can do to stay sober. Number five, have an exit strategy. It's always a good idea to have a plan in place in case you need to leave a challenging gathering or situation. And so the way to do that is to either, if you have a car, if you're able to drive yourself there and park somewhere where you can easily get out without having to ask someone else to move their vehicle. And if you aren't able to drive yourself there, phone a friend or a family member that supports your recovery and make a plan with them to pick you up, drop you off, which is also where it comes into play with bring a sober friend, because then there's somebody already with you that if you feel like, okay, I want to go, I need to get out of here, you have that person right there. And if you don't have the ability to do that, drive yourself or have a friend with you, then definitely look into public transportation. How does it work? What are the times? Where do you need to be? Check into Ubers, check into a cab, but always have an exit strategy, a plan in place in case you need to leave a situation or you feel like you're being triggered and it could result in you picking up. Number 6, host a sober cookout. So host a cookout at either your home or at a park. And you can invite in family, friends, other people in recovery, and let them know that it will be an alcohol-free event, but do invite them to bring a side dish, dessert, and sparklers. Also, you can do games, right? Like, just because we're sober does not mean that we are not also able to be social. And also, if you're not able to do that, look into your calendar in your community and see what sober events or healthy activities are going on in the area, and definitely go and check those out. Number 7, practicing self-care and sticking to your schedule. And so practicing self-care is really important when it comes to protecting your well-being and being strong in recovery. So being sure to eat, get exercise, get enough rest. If you do anything for your mental state, meditation, going to a 12-step meeting, just anything that involves practicing self-care, which is taking care of my mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being, definitely be sure to implement those on the day of the gathering. Also, if you have a routine that you stick to every day, be sure to do that, right? Like, just, you don't have to change up anything just because you're invited to a gathering. I know for me that when I practice self-care and I stick to my routine, I feel stronger in my recovery because I'm taking care of what means the most to me versus putting that on the back burner because of this over here, right? So be sure to practice self-care and stick to your routine. Number 8, it's okay to say no thank you. Your recovery is number 1 top priority. And so if you are invited to an event or a gathering that you know that there's going to be triggers there that are going to affect you, it's okay to say no thank you. Don't worry about hurting someone else's feelings, because at the end of the day, your life and your recovery is number 1. And if someone else also values that, they're going to want you to do whatever it takes for you to stay sober. So if someone invites you to a gathering, you know it's not going to be a healthy space, you know it's probably going to trigger you, say no thank you, and let them know that maybe next year we can explore that, but this year, no thank you. And then just look into other things that are recovery related that you can take care of yourself with. Number 9, bring your own beverage. If you've done your research and you know that there's going to be alcohol at the gathering, bring your own beverages. Don't depend on the fact that there's going to be sodas or waters or whatever there. Prepare for yourself and just bring whatever it is that you like to drink, and bring a lot of it, especially if you're not sure how long you're going to be there. This way, you see other people around you drinking and you're drinking something of your own that you have in your hand. I've definitely heard that helps other people. Also, keep your drink in your hand. I would not suggest putting it down, walking away, going to the bathroom, come back, pick it back up. I've heard countless stories. I can't begin to tell you how many stories I have heard over the years where someone has put their drink down and walked away to go to the restroom and come back, pick it up, go take a sip, and it's not their drink. It actually has an alcohol drink in it. And so definitely be sure to hold on to your drink. Also, third tip that I just thought about in regards to that, don't let someone go get you a drink, right? So if someone says, oh, hey, yeah, I'll go over to the bar and get you a seltzer or a Coke or whatever it is, it's okay to say, okay, no, I got it, thanks though, and go get it yourself. Or even just go with them and just kind of, have conversation while you go get that. I'm not saying that people are going to intentionally get you the wrong drink, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So definitely make sure that you are preparing for yourself and taking care of yourself, and just bring your own beverage. Be sure to hold on to your drink as well as be the one to get your drinks. Number 10, set boundaries. Set your boundaries and be prepared to stick to them while you're at the gathering. Let your family and friends know that you're not drinking and you're not drugging, right? Like, you're sober. And let them know that if anyone disrespects that you'll leave immediately. And family and friends who want you there, as well as they value your sobriety, is going to be just happy to have you there, and they're not going to want to cross those boundaries. And if they do, it's okay for you to protect yourself. Do not feel guilty because you're wanting to save your own life. That's number one. So be sure to stick to your boundaries, love yourself first, and just go on with the day. And as much as July 4th is supposed to be about the celebration of the country, it's more about, at this point, the celebration of your freedom from addiction, right? So that's what today is about. Today is about celebrating your recovery, celebrating your freedom from withdrawals, celebrating your freedom from waking up with the shakes, from waking up in a jail cell, from coming to in an ER, celebrating your freedom from not fighting with the ones that you love because you're drunk or you're under the influence, celebrating the freedom that you are having, being able to be present with your family and friends and the loved ones, and then being able to celebrate the freedom of waking up following July 4th and being able to remember everything you did and said, and being able to go, oh my God, I actually stayed sober through all of that. That is a recovery milestone, right? So that's what today is about. July 4th, for someone in recovery, is all about the freedom from the grips of addiction. Have fun. Enjoy your first July 4th sober, or your second, or whatever number it is for July 4th sober. But enjoy it. Take steps, follow tips, do things to make sure that you are going to be able to wake up July 5th and look back and be like, oh man, that wasn't so bad after all. And there we have it, the 10 tips to stay sober on July 4th and be able to celebrate your freedom from addiction. Was this video helpful at all to you? Was there any certain tip or tips that stuck out that you're going to try this year? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. I am all about interaction, connection, and learning from others, and you will see me down in those comments replying to each and every one. And if you did enjoy this video, please show that like button some love. In doing so, it'll help get it around YouTube some more, and it very well will end up in front of the next person that would benefit from hanging out here with us. I thank you so much. I appreciate you doing that. Also, if you would like some extra information in addition to this video, I'm going to put some links down below as well as some numbers, so be sure to check that out. And most importantly of all, I want you to remember you are worthy, you are loved, and you are enough. And you are not alone. Until next time, my lovelies, be nice to yourself. Huge hugs. Bye.